Welcome everyone to the 12th Horseshoe podcast, sponsored by Provo and Italian Eatery of Moonachie, New Jersey. From Indiana, that's Jack Rizzo, and from Jersey, I'm Elijah Weintraub. We hope you're having a great day. We have an exciting week of football ahead of us, and we have an exciting week to recap of football. But first, let's check in with everybody. Jack, how are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing great. It's a beautiful day here in Bloomington. The weather's been really nice, and life's been good. Indiana football got a huge win last Saturday over Illinois. It was on NBC. Hope everyone saw it. It was a great game. And then my Colts are 3-0, so life's pretty good over here. How about you?
Well, it was not, the weather is finally better here. I mean, it was rainy. It's pretty much the week, and not the greatest weather, but it's a nice day overall, though, and great weekend ahead, except for Sunday. When in terms of weather-wise, so a lot to look forward to. But let's go ahead and let's talk some football. Let's start with week 3 recap. The Dolphins, we talked about last week, they lost to the Bills 31-21. If you haven't seen that show, check it out. It's on YouTube. But let's go to our first game of the week. What could be possibly a crazy upset to talk about. The Panthers, they destroy Atlanta 30-0. And I say destroy because there was 0 points put up on the board by Atlanta. Carolina all of a sudden wakes up, smells the coffee, and gets 30 points and wins the game. Unbelievable. And we both got that pick wrong because nobody would have thought that Atlanta would put up 0 points and Carolina to put up 30. Who could blame? And yeah, Carolina won that game, Jack.
I don't even know what to say. Was just an incredibly embarrassing performance by the Falcons. I mean, especially coming off a Sunday night game where you just dominated the Minnesota Vikings, who are 2-1 now on the season, and Michael Penix was awful in this game. Threw 2 interceptions. One of them should have been a pick six. Lost a fumble as well. I mean, give credit to the Panthers. They played basically a perfect game. The offense moved the ball consistently. The defense, this was the best game their defense has had in quite a long time. This is a defense that many people believe is the worst in the league, and they just pitched a shutout against the Falcons. It's a rough one, Eli, especially for the Falcons. Now they're 0-2 in the division, and they've got a lot to work on from this game. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, this could be a bit of a confidence booster. Schedule is relatively easy for them over these next couple weeks, so let's see if they can get on a bit of a run here.
No question about it. And we are just going to start off with just upset after upset after upset because we go now to Cleveland, who took care of business with the Packers in a surprisingly low-scoring game, 13-10, and the Browns win that game. A little bit of a disappointment for the Packers. And by the way, we both got this pick also wrong, and this was our lock of the week. We got that wrong. And yeah, that was not a good game for Packers fans, that's for sure.
Yeah, this was such a weird game. I mean, it was 3-0 Green Bay going into the fourth quarter. This was such a low-scoring game. The Packers scored 10-0. It feels like the game's away. The Browns go down, kick a field goal. Jordan Love throws an awful interception, sets up the Browns a touchdown for the Browns. And then what a week it was for blocked field goals. This is the first of those field goals we're going to talk about. The Browns blocking a field goal with 25 seconds left, and then Andre Schmidt hitting the game winner from 55 yards out. And somehow, some way, the Browns found a way to win this game. Yeah, this is a disappointment for the Packers coming off back-to-back wins against teams who made the playoffs last year. A lot of questions surrounding Green Bay, especially that offense and the way they looked. But you got to shout out the Browns. I mean, their defenses look pretty good this year, all things considered. I think they should make a quarterback change. I don't really think Joe Flacco is the answer at quarterback.
Right, I agree.
I think the offensive line needs some work, but with the way the defense played, with the way Quinshon Judkins played, if the Browns could just have a better quarterback and a better O-line, they could honestly be a playoff team because of how good that defense is. I mean, Myles Garrett is just unbelievable in his own right, and then you have so many other great players on that defense. But a really nice win for the Browns moves them to 1-2, and it probably keeps their season alive for now.
Yeah, and I think that you're absolutely right. If their defense looks great, it's just the offense and the offensive line, their struggles. And you mentioned if they change it, they have some chances. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they make some changes around the rest of the road. But for now, they got the win at least. That's something good to talk about. Overall for the week, by the way, Jack went 7-9 and 1-2 on LSU. I went 10-6 and 1-2 on LSU. So it's a good week for me, I guess, on that one. But for LSU, both of us not the best. But hopefully next week we can regain ourselves and everywhere. Next game, the Raiders are the same old Raiders as they lose to the Washington Commanders 41-24. That was my upset pick. That was wrong. Jack got the Commanders pick right. And the Commanders, even without Jaden Daniels in that game, still played pretty good football and got 41 points on the board. The Raiders are the same old Raiders as they once were last year.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. I mean, I was really impressed by the way they played in week one, and they've just put up 2 stinkers over the last 2 weeks. But give credit to the Commanders, though. Marcus Mariota did his part in this game against his old team. Commanders' defense looked really good. But the real question is, what is going on with the Raiders' offense? Where is Brock Bowers and where is Ashton Genty? It seems like the only guy on this offense who's getting touches is Trey Tucker. I'm not sure what Chip Kelly is drawing up over there, but whatever it is, it's not working. And obviously the Raiders defense didn't bail them out this week, give up 41 points to a team that was without their starting quarterback. I think the Commanders are honestly going to be just fine. I mean, once Jane Daniels comes back, I think they'll start to get into a groove. The division really hasn't looked that great this year. I know the Eagles are 3-0, but they haven't really looked that impressive. The Giants and the Cowboys are not very good. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. But a really nice win for the Commanders, considering that they were without Jaden Daniels. And there is a lot of questions surrounding this Las Vegas Raiders team as they head into week 4.
For sure. And now the next game, possibly the game of the afternoon for sure. Rams and the Eagles. The Rams, yeah, they had to leave for majority of the game, but what happens? We had to do a flip-flop, and the Eagles come back. They win that game. 33-26. I got the pick right. Jack got it wrong. But we'll talk about a comeback from the Eagles and what went wrong from both sides. I think you could blame the defense a lot for this one.
I mean, you obviously can't blame me for picking the Rams because they were the better team for the majority of this game. I mean, and I think the Rams are going to be really good this year, but this is just so uncharacteristic from a Sean McVay team to blow a 19-point lead in the second half. I mean, give credit to Jalen Hurts, give credit to the Eagles offense for finally getting into a rhythm, but this is just a really disappointing loss for the Rams. A prime opportunity to go to 3-0, really assert themselves at the top of this NFC, and instead they just have a very large blown lead. And there's a lot of questions now surrounding this defense and their ability to close out games. An impressive win for the Eagles, but the Eagles haven't really looked that great this season. There's a lot of questions, I think their offense has a lot of stuff to figure out. I mean, where has Saquon Barkley been? He hasn't really done much early on in the season. I mean, the Eagles defense is great, and obviously their special teams, those 2 blocked field goals in the fourth quarter, absolutely unbelievable stuff. And the Eagles obviously are finding ways to win close games, 3 straight wins of 1 possession. And obviously those good teams are the teams who find ways to win those close games. But a really, really entertaining 1:00 game. And obviously I think both these teams are going to be in the playoffs, and we might see this matchup in the playoffs again. But obviously a disappointment for the Rams.
No question. And now we move on to Tampa Bay, where the amount of flags thrown in that first quarter was unbelievable to count. We were watching the game when I was doing the Bergen Stars football game, and the amount of flags that were thrown was insane. And Tampa was doing good. They kept going and going and going. And then Jets decided to, let's go run for the money. Jets lose that game, but the Buccaneers barely survive and won that game. 29-27 the final. We both got the pick right. But this was just one of those games where it's like the Jets are the same old Jets, but the amount of flags thrown was a little too much.
Yeah, I want to give some credit to the Jets here. They have looked way more impressive in their first 3 weeks this year than they did at any point with Aaron Rodgers last year.
Oh, 100%.
Give credit to Aaron Glenn. I think he's building a strong culture there. He's obviously a new head coach. It's going to take the Jets some time to build this roster and their ability to win close games, but give them credit coming back down 17 in the fourth quarter to take the lead at one point. Another blocked field goal, this one being a touchdown by Will McDonald, But also give credit to the Bucs, though. Baker Mayfield 3-0 with 3 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. Baker just knows how to play, man. He really does. It's hard to believe that the Browns really got rid of this guy those number of years ago. And look what he's doing now at Tampa Bay. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's got a fire-powered offense around him. I think there's some questions about the defense and their consistency this season, but I mean, right now, this division is so weak, and with the Bucs being 3-0, it looks like they're well on their way to another NFC South Division title.
And there's no question about it. They're the best team out there for sure. Maybe they could even go far. We'll just have to wait and see. However, disappointment time for the Texans as the Texans lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars 17-10. I got that pick right. Jack got it wrong, but this is one of those games where it's like, what's going on with this Texans team? They've not looked good for the past 3 weeks, heading into week 4. And the Jaguars won a game, which is it's a milestone in itself. But yeah, it was just one of those weird games, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the Houston Texans right now. I mean, Nico Collins seems to be the only guy on this offense who can actually produce. This offensive line is terrible. I don't know what's going on with CJ Stroud. He just does not look good at all. at the quarterback position this year. Give credit to the Texans defense. They continue to play great, but this offense just cannot score points to save their lives. I mean, the Colts have more points from their kicker than the Texans do from their whole team this year. I think that's really saying something. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, I don't really think they even looked that good in this game. They were just a beneficiary of an awful game from the Houston Texans. I mean, give credit to the Jaguars. They are 2-1. I don't really know how impressive of a 2-1 it really is because they've had some rough performances this year. But, hey, a win is a win, and it's a big win for them in the division. And the Jags seem to be the biggest competition for the Colts right now in the AFC South.
No question. Let's go now to Minnesota and Cincinnati, where what happened? Well, Minnesota did some magic. Joe Burrow was out for Cincinnati, so Cincinnati was struggling. And Minnesota comes to town, put up nearly 50 points, 48-10, the final. And the Vikings got the win. We both got this pick right, but it goes to show you, without Joe Burrow, the Bengals can't really do much.
Minnesota! What a performance! What a performance from the Vikings this week. I mean, we have to start off with Isaiah Rodgers, the NFC Defensive
100%.
Player of the Week. 2 defensive touchdowns, a pick 6, and 2 forced fumbles. He is the first player in NFL history to have that stat line in a game. And he's the highest graded PFF player for a single game performance, 99.9. He basically had a perfect game, no mistakes from him, and just a great win for the Vikings. I mean, Carson Wentz, welcome back to the league. He looked really good under center. Jordan Mason had a good game on the ground. And yeah, I think the Vikings are going to be just fine, even no matter how long JJ McCarthy, how much time he misses, because they have one of the best head coaches in the league in Kevin O'Connell, and a 48-10 win. That's what a great bounce back for them after their rough Sunday Night Football performance.
Question.
And I think the Vikings are going to end up being just fine this season.
They're going to do a lot better than we had originally hoped for them. That's for sure. Let's take a look now at our next game. We've got the Steelers and the Patriots. The Steelers just won that game, 21-14. And I say just won because Patriots could have won. It was that close of a game. But the Steelers, of course, they haven't been playing the best football. But they did win that game, which is a plus on the bright side.
Absolutely. Well, it was I'll say it's a terrible game from the Steelers offense. They should not have won this game, but they got bailed out because the Patriots offense played even worse. I mean, 2 turnovers inside the 2-yard line on Sunday. That just cannot happen. I mean, obviously the Patriots are a young team. I think they'll get it cleaned up at some point, but right now it's not looking good. And I'll give credit to the Patriots defense. I thought they had themselves a pretty good game, but this offense just kept shooting themselves in the foot time and time again. Ramondre Stevenson lost 2 fumbles. You had that 4th down play at the end where Demario Douglas went backwards instead of going forwards, and that prevented him from getting the first down. And I mean, the Patriots could easily be sitting here 3-0, and instead they're 1-2, which is obviously really disappointing. You know, the Patriots are kind of bailed out by the fact that the AFC has had a really rough start to the season. You know, the Patriots have a chance to get back on track this week with their game, which we'll talk about in a bit. But obviously, they have got to start cleaning up the turnovers, and they've got to be able to finish off drives more consistently if they want to contend for the playoffs this year. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, I don't really see them as a playoff team this year. They'll win 9 games because it's Mike Tomlin, but I just don't think the ceiling
even extreme too.
To make the playoffs.
I was gonna say that's extreme too at the playoffs for 9. I mean, they've not looked that great to say, okay, they're gonna win 9 games.
Mike Tomlin will get them 9 wins. Just trust it. He will find a way to get them 9 wins, even if it's not the playoffs. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season, so
we'll see about that. I mean, they'll take on the Minnesota next week. They could win that game, but it's up in the air for sure. Are the Colts going to go to the Super Bowl? Well, because that's the strategy and the mindset everybody has right now, because they won big last week, 41-20. They won really big. And of course, we both got this pick right. I mean, they played the Titans. But if they do win this weekend versus the Rams, I'd say that they're a Super Bowl team, that's for sure. And they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think I might have to change my pick around that. I know it's a little hype, too much, but I think I got to go down that route for that reason. One note I want to bring up about this Colts team, though. If the Colts were to go to the Super Bowl and Daniel Jones is the starting quarterback for the Super Bowl, the Giants would have to be ashamed of themselves because they got rid of Saquon Barkley. He goes right away to the Super Bowl. And then you got Daniel Jones goes to the Super Bowl. So that would be one story to tell, that's for sure. And I hope he does do that and prove New York wrong. But the Colts are looking great right now.
Well, I will say, Eli, second quarter, I was really confused because the Colts lined up in this like weird formation where they had somebody like all the way back. And I thought it was going to be like a long pass on 4th down. He gets the ball, he drops it and kicks it. And I was like, you could do that in the NFL? I
You can
I
do
I had
anything.
I had no idea what that formation was, and then I learned after, oh, it's called a punt. I was so confused. But anyways, let's get real here. Yeah, the Colts have looked really good this season. I mean, yeah, I hope you liked my impression there. Um, yeah.
The Colts ever ball. I got it. Now I got like
Anyways, what a performance from the Colts. I mean, Daniel Jones continuing to just air it out on this offense. He's really spreading the ball around, and that's why the Colts have played so well. Jonathan Taylor's been the best running back in the league this year. That's not a question. Over 100 yards and a hat trick for JT, which I'm really happy to say because hockey season's just around the corner, and I could not be more excited for that.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Colts defense had a pick six early in the game. I think there's some questions about that defense. I think the pass rush needs some work. The Colts are 3-0, but we're not a perfect team at all. We have a lot we need to work on. And obviously, next week will be a big test for us. Meanwhile, for the Titans, I don't know what's going on with Brian Callahan, their head coach. His play calling has just been absolutely terrible. And this will probably be his last season with the Titans. Because honestly, I think Cam Ward has looked pretty good at quarterback. He just has
Yeah.
no help around him. And that's really
It's kind of like the
unfortunate.
Giants.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's a great point. And yeah, I'm not really sure what the Titans are going to do this year. I mean, I hope Cam Ward continues to grow. Well, not as a Colts fan, I don't, but as a casual fan, I hope that he does because I want to see, Cam Ward do good. He's a good quarterback, seems like a good person. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, the Titans are just not looking good right now.
No. Well, we go now to the Chargers, who took the victory 23-20 over the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are back to where they were with Russell Wilson. That's for sure, because now they're on this losing streak run. Not the best game for both these teams, considering how close the game was, but the Chargers did get the victory, which is all that matters.
That's true. Well, I think it's a bit of a stretch to say the Broncos are back to where Russell Wilson was. Because honestly, I think Bo Nix has played fine considering
Yeah,
considering the tough. I mean, he went up against the Chargers defense, which is one of the best in the league. But you are right in the sense that the Broncos are back to the Russell Wilson era where they can't win close games.
that's what I was referring to, right? Not the
Obviously,
quarterback plays.
yeah, I think the quarterback play has been fine, but they have not been able to close out these big games. I mean, the Broncos should be sitting here 3-0. I mean, they had leads over both the Colts and the Chargers in the fourth quarter, and obviously 2 game-winning field goals. And in the Chargers case, it was pretty bad because the Chargers scored to tie the game with 2.5 minutes left. The Broncos go 3-0, and the Chargers get the ball back and go down to win the game. So obviously, there's lots to clean up on the Broncos side, but on the Chargers side, wow, have they impressed me this season? I was wrong about them. I thought they would regress this year, and Jim Harbaugh has proven me otherwise. I mean, Justin Herbert, he's probably looked the best we've ever seen him look at the quarterback position. I've usually been pretty critical of Justin Herbert, but I can't be this year because he's been amazing. I mean, Quentin Johnston, where did he come from? He's been one of the best receivers in the league. Keenan Allen's turned back the clock. The Chargers defense has been incredible. This Chargers team could absolutely make a deep playoff run in the AFC West. And considering the way the rest of this division has played, the other 3 teams all being 1 and 2, you could argue that the Chargers are the favorites to win this AFC West, something they haven't done in quite a long time. It's been almost 20 years since the Chargers last won this division, which is crazy to think about. But a really impressive performance from the Chargers. And obviously they have a layup next week, which we'll talk about in a bit, but really impressive stuff from Jim Harbaugh.
No question about it. And now we could just really skip this game and just talk about Thursday night in a little bit because Seattle destroyed the Saints 44-13. I mean, we both got the pick right. Jack got Survivor right, but I mean, there's not much to talk about in this one. I mean, except the Seahawks did really good.
Yeah, well, all that and the Saints are just not good at all. But I mean, the Seahawks were up 38-3 at halftime. This game was just not close.
It was gone from the start.
I mean, I want to say Sam Darnold has really impressed. I was a bit concerned about Sam Darnold with that O-line, but Sam Darnold has looked really good.
Hasn't been too bad.
Obviously, JSN has also been incredible. That helps too.
Except last night.
With the way that he's played. Obviously, the Seahawks defense, we can talk about that too with how good they are. I will say it probably hurts a bit as a Seahawks fan knowing that they probably should be 4-0. I mean, week 1 was a bit of an
100%.
game. They probably should have won it, but hey, you'll take 3-1 anytime. And they have looked really, really good. Mike McDonald.
Jack, are you there? I think we may have just lost Jack. We will hopefully get him back in a second. In the meantime, we are going to go right along now to the Cowboys and the Bears. We'll try to get working with Jack. I'll text him now to see if he could reset himself. So Well, while I get Jack going.
Sorry, guys. Dorm Wi-Fi.
All right. Well, we have
Uh, so,
yeah.
yeah, dorm Wi-Fi. That messed that
Well,
up.
that was
Anyway,
funny.
yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, yeah, the Seahawks, easy win for them. We don't
Yeah.
really need to win for. Really
Okay.
impressive stuff, Mike McDonald. All right, now we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
All right. I thought that's just funny the way.
You probably thought I just like left for no reason, but
No, I knew this Wi-Fi issues were going on. I had to text you, but then I saw that face and I was like, that's kind.
there I am.
You gotta somehow get rid of that because I'm looking at it. It's kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I know if you make a wrong moment, I don't know where to put that up. So, well, let's go to the next game. The Cowboys lose. Nothing. It's funny. It's funny.
It is funny.
31-14 the final. Man, if they had a guy like Micah Parsons on that team, man, gee,
Oh my goodness.
it's funny. We both got this pick wrong because we all had faith in Dallas, but we were clearly wrong.
Probably the last time I'll pick them all year, to be honest.
I think you got that right. I mean, let's see. Who do they got next week? The Packers. Okay. Oh man, it's just too funny. And they got all this national attention. It's just funny. It really is. I don't know how Cardinals 49ers are not shown on our TVs instead of we had to watch that game, but it's okay. Anybody want to break down this one?
I'll break down. I'll just go ahead and break down the Bears game just really quickly because I will say it was pretty impressive the way Caleb Williams played, winning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Ben Johnson bringing his play calling style to Chicago finally, and yeah, the Cowboys just suck. I'll just flat out say their defense is so bad. It's almost like they could use a guy like Micah Parsons maybe would be a nice fit on their defense, but
never heard of him.
It's rough, man. In Dallas, Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones. We could just say that. And obviously they're playing the Packers next week, and then they play the Jets the week after that. Toilet bowl.
You know what? It's just kind of funny, I think.
It really is.
It really is. That's all I got to say. It's funny.
Let's all laugh at the Cowboys, guys. Ha 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 ha.
All righty. With that, let's move along.
Hey, by the way, congrats to Josh on that game. First win season for the Bears.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh.
Yeah, good job beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's a milestone. The Cardinals have now lost 2 straight games, including the Thursday night game, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And that's why, because they lost the 49ers last week 16-15. Their magical good run in the beginning is now going down the drain, unfortunately, because they did lose to the 49ers. It was a close game, though, but they didn't get the victory.
We don't really need to spend. This game was so boring. We do not need to spend that much time on this game.
So we should move along?
All I'll say about this game is the 49ers should probably hire a new athletic trainer and conditioning staff.
I think so.
Because of their mountain of injuries. But yeah, we can move on. Niners are good. Cardinals are not. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Oh, would you look at that? It's guy for the Giants and the Chiefs with one of the worst upset picks, and I think in the history of the 12th Horseshoe podcast. Man, that might have been worse than me picking the Bears for Survivor with the Broncos game a couple years ago.
That was pretty bad, though, too.
Now, if you thought that was bad, think again, because Jack decided, okay, I got faith in this New York Giants team. Yeah, nah, not even close. I got the score right, 22 tonight, so I want to give myself
credit. And a score and prediction right, so congrats on that.
Score and prediction right, so shout out to me.
Both of our first times getting that right on the show was a week 3 game at MetLife Stadium on national TV. Just saying.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I just want to say so. Congrats to me. But Jack, I had to be one of the worst picks I think you've ever made on the show. I just want to point that out. On the brighter note, though, Travis Kelce looks like he's in jeopardy.
Oh my God, Travis Kelce's so bad.
But go ahead, tell us why you chose the Giants, Ed.
Okay, no. You know what though? This is not my worst pick of all time on this show.
What was your worst pick of all time on this show?
I picked the Titans to beat the Commanders last year.
But what week was that though?
Week 13.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad, right?
The
Titans were like 3.
I think this might still be worse.
No, the Titans were 3-8, and
this is worse. I think.
Okay, but both teams were 0-2, so you can't really blame me. But anyways, yeah,
I could.
Giants finally made the right decision. They benched Russell Wilson for Jackson Dart.
But is it the right decision?
Oh yeah, Russell Wilson's awful.
100%. I agree with that. But I'm saying you have a horrible O-line though.
That's true.
So that's the question: is Dart going to stay healthy these first couple weeks? And is Dable's job going to be on the line after these first couple weeks?
Well, Dable's job is on the line no matter what. This was a move to save Brian Dable's job because if he had just kept Russell Wilson in there, he would have been fired.
Oh, no question.
So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I personally think it probably is the right move. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Russell Wilson played with a bad O-line in Seattle for 10 years and looked really good. Sometimes it's not the O-line's fault. So we'll have to see, but I think it's the right decision. The Chiefs didn't even really impress me in that game at all. I don't even think this team is that good. They just got to play the Giants, so congratulations.
That is absolutely true.
Chris Collinsworth also got to glaze Patrick Mahomes all game long. You know, Eli, the stuff we saw in this game was kind of the stuff we see out of Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Well, I just want to add one note about the Giants, though. I know there's been a lot of talk about, is Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer? Is Russell Wilson this? Is Russell Wilson that? Well, we can't really make that assumption until after this first game with the Giants, with Jackson Dart in week 4. Once this game passes and they win the game, the Giants, or lose the game, then we could say whether or not Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer or not. I mean, yeah, he looked horrible the first 3 weeks, but the O-line just looked really bad. And the question is, will Dart be the key, or is Dart not the key, and it's everything else that needs improvement? It's really a big test for the New York Giants this weekend and determines a lot for the future of Russell Wilson's career.
Yeah, if Eli Manning doesn't make the Hall of Fame, then there's no way Russ should make the Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, Eli will make the Hall of Fame. It will be very soon. But
he should have been first ballot personally. But
100%. But that's a different argument for different day.
I mean, he better make it. I mean, we'll see if he does.
I think he will. Who else could say that they beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl besides Patrick Mahomes?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. That's right.
Nick Foles.
Patrick Mahomes. No, he didn't even.
Patrick Mahomes is 0-2 versus Tom Brady in the playoffs.
That's right. 0-2.
He'll never be the GOAT.
I said Patrick Mahomes. He wasn't. No.
He'll never be the GOAT because of that.
Oh yeah. Well, we knew that unless he wins more Super Bowls than him.
I don't think
there's still time.
Well, I mean, Bill Belichick has 8 Super Bowls. I think he can actually be the GOAT over Patrick Mahomes.
Not really. I mean, he looks horrible right now at UNC.
Yeah, but I mean, that's probably because
he did that because of Tom Brady.
His girlfriend probably convinced him that coaching college guys was easy, and that he realized it's completely different than the NFL. We can talk about that story another day, though.
I don't think that's the reason, but we can talk about that another day. I've got something else on my mind, but that's a different argument for a different day. Let's go ahead now to the Lions and the Ravens. And what a good Monday night game. It ended with the Ravens losing, and we both got that pick wrong. But the Lions did take the victory, which is kind of a little bit of a shock. And 38-30 was your final.
I was really impressed with the Lions defense in this game. I mean, 7 sacks on Lamar Jackson, a really impressive feat. I mean, the 30 points seems like a lot, but I mean, the Ravens offense is going to put up points. We all know that. And a really nice game from the Lions offense. Back-to-back good performances. You know, Eli, the way Jared Goff was playing out there kind of is the stuff we see out of Patrick Mahomes, you know.
Just we say that all show now.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out to everybody at home.
Now, here's a guy who really reminds me of Patrick Mahomes with the way he played. David Montgomery with a really nice game. Kind of stuff we see out of Pat. No, I'm kidding. Really nice win for the Lions. 2-1. That week 1 loss we can pretty much forget about now. The Lions are going to be just fine. Their offense looks great. I mean, they had some really nice play calls in there again. Defense looks as good as it ever has. Lions will be just fine. All
right. Well, let's take a look now at our final game to recap. And this is from last night's game, the Thursday night game. Seattle beats Cardinals 23-20. That was just a horrible game to watch. I mean, Seattle was doing so good. They fumbled it, then fumbled again. Then that one play, then Arizona tries to come back, but then Seattle makes the kick, wins the game. It was just one of those games where it's like, that's really what it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about the Seahawks offense, I think, and especially their run. They have not been able to run the ball this year.
No.
Really any effectively at all. So they've got to get the run game going. Sam Darnold and JSN have been pretty good, but the O-line has some questions, and there's some other things to question on this team, but the defense is great. The Cardinals just look so out of sync right now. I'm not sure what's going on over there. I'm not sure what's going on with Marvin. Well, I'll give him credit. He did bounce back after that drop early in the game. But yeah, I mean, the big mistake though from the Cardinals in this game was the kickoff before the game-winning field goal. They didn't reach the landing zone, so Seattle got the ball at the 40. One pass to JSN, and then Jason Myers at the game-winning field goal. So that's really all there is to say. The Seahawks are going to be competing for a playoff spot this year. The Cardinals, this 2-0 start, will be probably more quickly forgotten about than the Saints 2-0 start last year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And with that, we continue the burns and much more with Jack in our Week 4 picks.
All right, let's do it. We are in Week 4. This is the last week with no buys up until late in the season. So it should be a pretty good and action-packed week. Let's start off with the first NFL game to ever be played in the beautiful country of Ireland. They are finally going to my native homeland for an NFL game. The Steelers are hosting the Vikings. The Steelers are the home team for this game. It's a 9:30 a.m. game on NFL Network, so we all got to get up early for it. The Vikings are favored, but that is if we want to get up early, which I don't blame you if you don't, because this game's kind of a little wishy-washy.
It's wishy-washy. It could be good, could be not.
Vikings are favored by 2.5 here. Yeah, I mean, you just watched the way Aaron Rodgers looked against the Vikings defense last year in London. It was really bad. And I think the Vikings' success is just way more sustainable than what the Steelers are doing. So I'm going to take the Vikings to win pretty comfortably, 27-18. They get a big win here in London. It's going to be tough for the Vikings. I mean, back-to-back international games over these next 2 weeks. That's going to be a lot of jet lag, a lot of, time zone confusion. But for this week, I think they'll be fine. I'm going to take the Vikings.
I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know I said that. I know that they're not going to win the 9 games. I think Pittsburgh will win this game, however, for this reason. I mean, the Vikings, they got lucky because they played Cincinnati, but I don't think they're going to get too lucky against this Pittsburgh team. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh 28-20.
Next up, the Commanders facing the Falcons, 1 p.m. on CBS. Washington favored by 1.5. We don't know yet if Jaden Daniels is going to play. We also don't know if Terry McLaurin's going to play, but I don't really care. The Falcons just looked so bad last week. I'm going to go ahead and take the Commanders, but in a close one, 17-15. I think they'll do just enough to win this game. I don't really trust this Falcons team right now, and I especially don't trust their late game management. I'm not Raheem Morris. I just don't think is that good of a coach. And I think regardless of whether Jaden Daniels plays or not, I think the Commanders will move to 3-1.
Yeah, Falcons did not look good at all last week against Carolina, which should have been at least a win or some points on the board, and it was the complete opposite. Commanders won a big against the Raiders, so I have to go with the Washington Commanders in this game. Give me 27-6 the final with Washington with the victory.
Next up, I mean, we could basically just skip over this game. The Bills are hosting the Saints. Pray for the Saints, guys. Really, pray for the Saints. They're going to need it. I mean,
they win this game.
I mean, I pray for the Saints a lot usually, but we have to pray for the New Orleans Saints this week to not get obliterated against the Bills. The Bills are going to win 45-10, and it's my survivor pick of the week. I think that's just a pretty straightforward pick. How about you, Eli?
Bills 44-12. I already used them for survivor, so I'm going to lock it up for my lock of the week.
All right, we can skip over this game too. The Titans 0-3 versus 0-3 in Houston. The Titans are facing the Texans. I don't even know what to pick for this game. So
it really is.
Screw it. I'm just gonna pick the Texans 23-21. I don't know what's gonna happen. And
I don't know. Anything could. This is the only game where it's okay if we get it wrong.
A tie could happen for all I care.
A tie, exactly.
Give me the Texans though.
It's so bad, but I think the Texans can continue this losing streak, and I think they're going to win this one. I'll take the Texans 18-12.
All right. Well, we'll probably skip over this game as well. The Chargers are facing the Giants. Well, I guess since Jackson Dart's starting, we can't really skip over it.
Skip over it.
Russell Wilson was starting, though, we would skip over it.
100%.
But anyways, it doesn't really matter if Jackson Dart's starting. Chargers are favored by 6.5, and they're going to win 24-12. This won't be close. Chargers are really good. The Giants are not. So give me the Chargers.
Sorry, Jackson Dart. I wish you the best of luck in New York, but it's not going to work so well against this Chargers team. 28-9 Chargers.
All right, finally a game we don't have to really skip over. The Panthers are facing the Patriots. This game is at 1 p.m. over on Fox. Both these teams are 1-2. The Panthers are coming off a win. The Patriots are coming off a loss. This is going to be an interesting game. You got two relatively young teams looking to find their groove early in the season. I really was impressed with what the Panthers did last week, but with the Patriots being at home, I think Mike Vrabel is going to get the guys rolling. I think they're going to eliminate some of the mental mistakes, and I think the Patriots are going to win this game 23-18 in a close one.
Well, the Patriots have not been looking, the best in the world. That's for sure. And you can argue that one for sure. They're 1-2 to start the season, and then this Panthers team that won last week. And for what, I'm going to do it. Upset pick of the week. Give me the Carolina Panthers 24-20. It's not a bad pick because they won last week. It really isn't a bad pick. And you got the Patriots there. So 24-20. Give me Carolina upset.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a comment from our friend Fabiana saying, hello, guys. Hi, Fabiana. It's nice to see you. We miss you a lot. And it's great. Thank you for tuning into the show.
You worked out the chat. Congrats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm always looking over here to see if people, because we love when people comment on the show. Anybody
No, no, she was trying to lock on last week, but
yeah. Anyone who feels,
I'm glad you
anyone
figured
who
it
wants
out.
to comment, feel free to drop one. We love hearing from you guys.
Uh,
Next up, let's go to Detroit. I mean, we could skip over this one too. The Browns are facing the Lions, 1 p.m. on Fox. I would say we wouldn't skip over it if the Browns were home, but they're away, so this won't be close. Lions are going to win 38-3, and that's going to be my lock of the week.
just give me the Lions 32-17. We're gonna just that's it.
That's honestly kind of
17.
Kind of generous to the Browns, but
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, this is going to be an awesome game. This is probably the game of the week right here. 3-0 versus 3-0. The Eagles are facing the Bucks, 1 p.m. on Fox. This
is not bad.
Yeah,
I like it.
These two teams faced off last year. It was an easy win for the Bucks. They faced off in the playoffs 2 years ago. The Bucks won that one as well, but this is going to be a bit different. The Bucks are going to be probably without Mike Evans. The Eagles are going to have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in this game. They didn't have them versus the Bucks last year. And the Eagles have also won 19 of their last 20 games, including the postseason. So I actually originally had picked the Bucks to win this game, but I changed my mind 2 days ago. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game 20-26.
It's gonna be a really good game. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a high scoring one, but I'm gonna say Philadelphia stays on top, 34-28.
All right, let's move on to the late window. We got 4 games in the late window. The Colts facing the Rams, 4:05 on Fox. This is a game now, guys. This is could be one of the best games of the week. Nobody would have thought that before the season. Well, actually, Colts fans would, because everyone knew.
I also just want to argue at Fox real quick. Why are we getting Jaguars 49ers on our local channel here in New York? Why is it not Rams Colts? Because that is by far one of the best games of this week. I just want to question that by Fox. Probably they're not watching, but I just want to just let that know. Why?
I know. I am perfectly. I mean, I'm in the area, so I don't really care. They can, So we get the Colts game no matter what. But yeah, that is really questionable. I'm not sure why they're doing that. But anyways, the Rams are the favorites here by 3.5. I mean, as much as I love the Colts, as much as I love this strong start to the season they had, I think the magic runs out this week. I think the Rams win this game 34-24. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both these offenses have looked really good this season, but I think Matthew Stafford I think the Rams are going to be hungry to bounce back after that loss. The Colts could absolutely win this game. Wouldn't surprise me if they did, but I think at home for the Rams, I think they'll find a way to win, even though that hurts me to say, but give me the Rams.
I'm also going to take the Rams 29-22, but if they do win this game, I'm not picking against the Colts for the rest of the season unless they play a really hard team. That's for sure, and they're going to the right to Super Bowl if that's the case, but I am going to take the Rams this weekend.
Alrighty, next up, Jags 49ers, the aforementioned Jags 49ers, get your local game, 4:05 on Fox. The Niners are favored by 3.5. I had no idea what to pick.
I know we don't pick it. We don't make the decisions, but it's like, why?
I don't even care if I get this game wrong or not, because it's a stupid game. But I'll just go ahead and take the 49ers 14-10 because I trust their coaching staff more than I do the Jaguars.
I kind of like the Jaguars after they won last week. So I'm going to take the Jaguars. Give me 17-10 the final. Give me the Jags.
That's funny because that's the score they won by last week. So that's pretty funny that you did that. Next up, 4:25 on CBS. Well, before the season,
we thought it should be a good game.
It should be, but I mean, it also might not be. Like, we'll have to see. The Ravens are facing the Chiefs in Kansas City. The Ravens are favored by 2.5. I mean, I really shouldn't be picking the Ravens here because the Ravens, for whatever reason, do not know how to win big games. But I'm probably going to fall for it again. But I'm taking the Ravens 24-22. I'm just not that impressed with the way the Chiefs have played this year. So give me the Ravens.
I'm not impressed at all with what the Chiefs have done. And yeah, you're right. The Ravens can't win these big games, but this one they should. Give me the Ravens 21-14.
Yeah, if the Ravens lose this week, I will not be picking them in a big game for the rest of the season. I will have learned my lesson.
And I think there's some questions that need to be asked because you lost last week against Detroit, which was a big game. And now you play this Kansas City team, which has not looked good at all, including last week with the Giants.
Yeah. Also, what is going on with Derrick Henry and all those lost fumbles?
That is a question, too, to ask.
All right, let's move on to the Bears facing the Raiders, 4:25 CBS. Las Vegas is the 1.5-point favorite. Yeah, I don't really care that they're favored. They've just looked so bad the last 2 weeks. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bears here to win this game. 21-19 will be my score. Like the way Caleb Williams played last week, I don't know what's going on with this Raiders offense, so give me the Bears.
This is one of those games where it's like, you don't know how it's going to go. It really could go either way. I'm going to still trust this Raiders team. I think they have to win this week. If not, then I ain't picking them for the rest of the season. 15-12, Las Vegas.
All right, Sunday Night Football, 8:20 on NBC. Micah Parsons making his return to Dallas. The Packers facing the Cowboys, 8:20 on NBC and Peacock, I believe, as well.
Yeah, it's always Peacock.
Yeah, it's always Peacock. But The Packers are favored by 6.5. I don't really care if they lost last week. Every good team has a loss in the season that they really shouldn't have. And I don't think the Browns are as bad as maybe they've shown this season. And either way, it doesn't even matter because of how bad the Cowboys have looked this year. I mean, that defense is awful. I think this is an easy bounce back win for the Packers, 27-14. They have never lost at AT&T Stadium before. Undefeated against the Cowboys at AT&T, and they also won Super Bowl 45 there as well. So they just own that place. Give me the Packers here.
I cannot pick Dallas. There is no question. I cannot pick Dallas. I have to be the Packers. It's going to be 24-14. Give me Green Bay.
All right. For the second time in 3 weeks, we have a Monday Night Football doubleheader. At least this is a better one since there's no 10 o'clock game and I can actually watch these games. We'll start off with, well, actually, no, because it's not really. We can basically just skip over this one. 7:15 on ESPN. The Jets are facing the Dolphins.
It could really go either way if you kind of think
they really could go either way.
I mean, if the Dolphins win this game, I wouldn't be surprised. But if they lose this game,
I
wouldn't be surprised either.
But anyways, I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna take the Jets here. Give me the Jets to win this game, 12-10. Mainly just because I don't like the comment that Tua Tagovailoa made about Cam Newton the other day. Like, you don't disrespect a former MVP like that. And Tua will never be the type of quarterback that Cam Newton was. So give me the Jets.
I just want to say, this might be the first week I think that we've maybe said this game could go either way in pretty much every single game that we've picked this week.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
Well, except for the Bills game.
Well, I mean, obviously, but
yeah. And the Lions game.
Yeah. Well, that too. Well, I really don't like Dolphins. I don't like Tua Tagovailoa. I think the Jets are going to get their first win this season. They look promising week one, except they lost.
And last week, too.
And last week, too. I mean, not in the beginning, but towards the end.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Jets, Jets. 17-15.
All right. I like it. Finally, Bengals facing the Broncos, 8:15 on ABC. We thought before the season this would be a fun Monday night game with Joe Burrow versus Bo Nix and the Broncos defense, but Joe Burrow's hurt and the Broncos have not looked good this year. So now
they have not.
Trash. But it's a get-right game for the Broncos, right? So I'm going to take them 24-6. That defense is just too good. Jake Browning's going to have no answers, and hopefully Bo Nix in the offense can start to get things going, but give me the Broncos.
Going to be the Broncos here. I cannot trust this Bengals team. They didn't look good at all last week. It's going to be my survivor pick for the week, 22-6, the final.
Alrighty. I think I also forgot to mention that the Jets is my upset of the week. But anyways, that's going to do it for our week 4 picks here on the 12th Horseshoe. Week 3 recap and week 4 picks here on the 12th Horseshoe podcast. Join us. Join Eli tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on Sports with Mano and Mano with Jim Monahan. Join us, as Eli said, next Friday for our week 4 recap, our week 5 predictions. That is all we have for you. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Happy fall. We forgot to mention that too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For Elijah Weintraub, Jack Rizzo signing off. Go Colts and go New York Rangers. See you in the corner, and we will see you all next week. Have a great weekend.